All right, Larry, we are a couple miles west of the Colorado State Capitol building as we come to you from Sports Authority Field at Mile High here in downtown Denver. Today, it's a matchup in the AFC West between the Kansas City Chiefs, and he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line, and the Denver Broncos. And he will fight his way forward to about the 23-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Second down following the run. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon. And
he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. First down for the Chiefs, solid chunk of yardage, 17 on the play. So opening drive, 3rd down, they go with a slant. It works.
And I'm wondering when the league's going to figure it out because everyone throws it on 3rd down. You expect pressure, so you want the ball in the hands of the quarterback quickly. It's a 3-step route ordinarily, and you're throwing it where you see the receiver breaking towards you. So it's an inside route. Everyone likes it, and it's executed very well.
Now a handoff here to his running back. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35. And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. Mahomes now to throw. And he whips that one incomplete there. Travis Kelce, the Pro Bowl tight end, the intended target. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. Well, too much oomph, too much mustard there on that pass.
They really turned it loose, didn't they? Really cut loose with that one. Sharp, strong. Didn't lead to a completion, though. Made it very difficult.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. The Chiefs have got the passing game rolling a bit. And another first down. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball. And sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
And heavy contact. He is knocked down hard right at the 20. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Don't forget about finding a lane there. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Probably fortunate he's able to hold on to the football.
And to give this time to the tailback. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
In search of 8 yards on 3rd down. They've already converted 2 of these on this drive, 2 for 2. And that is caught. Touchdown, Kansas City. Nick O'Leary, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Chiefs are going to take a first-quarter lead. A long opening drive, but a very successful opening drive. We call that methodical, I guess, when it takes that many plays.
Methodical and almost like a boxing match where you're hitting them with body blows. They can withstand them here. Look, they gave up the touchdown, but you don't feel like a knockout is there. But they keep doing that in the 4th quarter. That's when the knockout occurs.
And it becomes tough for that defense if they're on the field that long. We'll see if they can continue that in future drives. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass.
Here we go. 3-19.
Now a play fake here on first down. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco first down.
Defense gives up a touchdown the opening drive. Offense, you got to want to get out there and get those points back right now.
And that's a sharp throw there to get this drive off to a good start.
3-19.
This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
All right, here we go. Green, 39.
Now a carry. It's C.J. Anderson. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. Call it no gain that time, as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. And they're definitely showing blitz here. The setup, a throw. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. How about this for an opening drive decision? You got 4th and short, just outside of field goal range in all likelihood. What do you do?
I'm going for it. I've got to go get it right now. I want to establish a tone. It's early in the game. I want to let my offense know that I believe in them. And you know something else? I let my defense know I believe in them also by taking that gamble. If we don't get it, it's okay. You guys will cover for me.
So the Chiefs offense heads out. There's a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. And it's right about this time of year you start to say this is when the cream rises to the top. Week 15, 3 weeks left to go, but still plenty to be determined.
And I think for most teams, the obvious is to try and be the number 1 or number 2 seed. But when you look at it across the league and in throughout the history of trying to get to the Super Bowl, the teams you really fear are the ones that get hot and sometimes sneak in at a 5 or a 6 seed, because we've seen those teams actually get to the Super Bowl and occasionally win it.
Yeah, you think of the Giants a couple of times. Steelers have done it. You're right. It has happened and will happen more in the future, I'm sure. The numbers for him from a week ago. Charles, how do you think he ran the football?
I thought he definitely had his moments. I did think that they could have utilized him a little bit better, and I'm definitely going to keep an eye on him to see how they're going to use him this week.
Here we go now. Green.
And he'll give it here to his running back. Limited running room as he'll get about 3 to the 21. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
Here we go now.
Now a run with a fullback Johnson. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
3rd and inches, just turn around, hand it to the big guy, and let him plow forward and pick up a first down. A lot of people think that the offensive line, they may almost take the play off because they got a big guy back there pushing forward. I think it actually works in reverse. I think they block harder because they love seeing that guy get the ball because he doesn't touch it very often.
They run the counter now on first down. And a big collision there as he winds up flat on his back at the 29. Play fake there to Hunt. Now Mahomes. His throw incomplete. His favorite target, Travis Kelce, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
Here we go now.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City first.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Hey, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
Mahomes now on first down. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked, but instead they'll keep it on second down.
Pretty nice coverage there, but a missed opportunity for an interception. Let's face it, a lot of these defenders, they've got it all. Speed, athleticism, hands, a little bit questionable. A
toss play to Hunt. And he's going to take it down to about the 35 here. Pretty good running there, 9 yards. Sets up a 3rd and 1.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge? Whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football. If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
He needed a yard, that's what he got, and it's going to earn him a new set of downs.
I like the look that they just showed there. When you come out in a passing formation, spread things out a little bit, makes it really hard to cover the middle of the field, doesn't it? Because you got to go out to the perimeter and cover those guys.
Yep, exactly. Got some good blocking, too. Helped him pick up the first. That is caught inside the 5. And he's going to be stopped dead in his tracks. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
Now, that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see...
Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin as the Chiefs in possession of the football as we begin the second quarter. And they've got it here with a first down.
Let's go.
Now here's Mahomes. And that is caught for the touchdown, Kansas City. On those slants, everything happens so quickly. What makes it work?
The timing between the passer and the receiver. In this case, a slant route ordinarily is probably about 3 steps before you go on the slant. In this amount of time, I think it was a 2-step deal. Boom, put his foot in the ground and got inside for the pass.
Got inside for the pass, got inside for the catch and the score. Santos out now. He'll kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. So the Broncos come back out as we give you a look at the playoff race in the AFC. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board.
Here we go now.
They run it again with Anderson. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
With the struggles we're seeing up front for the offense today, they've got to think about changing up their play calling. Some screens, some draws, some quick-hitting plays in order to try and supplement the run game. You don't totally abandon it, but you try and give it a little bit of help.
Got a man. He finds Sanders. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
On second down, Anderson. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. He only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on third down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
He'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Here's Riley Dixon now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. And this one hits at the one, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense now making their way back onto the field. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away. But it does get away, and it's second down.
You're down 2 touchdowns. You just know defensively you absolutely have to come up with a big play. That nearly was one right there.
Looked over at the sideline immediately after the drop and just saw the dejection. They felt it. They thought he had it. Unfortunately, couldn't come up with it. Second down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now. Play action, it's Mahomes. To the right side, it's Kelsey. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
Another drive getting ready to start here for Demaryius Thomas. Well, he's within shouting distance of a 1,000-yard season. Going to need a pretty good finish, though, if he wants to reach that mark.
Well, I like how you phrased it, partner. He is within shouting distance. If he stays on this pace, he's got a shot at it. But he needs a big game in there, right, to make sure that he gets it. So you know that during the week, in practice, and look, he asks for the ball all the time anyway. He's really going to ask for the ball and let his quarterback know he's open.
Following the penalty, Anderson. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
Let's go! 3-19! 3-19!
This is Carson. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
We just saw another example of how the defense is winning this game. Really at the point of attack, the offensive line is just getting pushed around. I think now as a play caller, you got to give them a little bit of help. Maybe you keep your tight ends a little bit more. Maybe the running backs help you a little bit with the pass blocking. But you
nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Going up top. So they took a shot there on 3rd down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4th.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays, and you don't get many opportunities to dial them up, and they just did. and they drop it with a great chance to make a big play, that's going to hurt.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Here's Thomas. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hunt. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
When the 4-3 defense is functioning really well, you know who stays what we call clean and no one gets to him? The guy playing the middle linebacker position, the guy we call Mike. That means the defensive front is eating up all the blocks and just let him go to the football and make a play.
On 3rd down. It's Hunt, and he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down.
When a good play is made on defense, oftentimes leverage is the key to everything. Defensive line not getting turned, all the other guys making sure they're in the right spot. And on that play, they were able to stop them short of a 1st down.
A first look at the NFL scoreboard comes from down in Arizona. And early on, the driver's seat belongs to the Seahawks. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. And Denver getting set to take the field as we grind toward the end of the season here. And they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM, it always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
From the pistol, they run with Anderson. And he goes across the 20 to the 22. And a nice run to get him past the original line of scrimmage. A gain of 7. It's 2nd and 8 now.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Again, Anderson. And some room to work. C.J. Anderson. Past the 20. 10. And all the way home for a Broncos score. C.J. Anderson, 78 yards. And the Broncos able to show off their quick strike ability. And those are the highlight reel runs you dream of right there.
When he gets a seam and just gets through it, how about the explosiveness, the burst to get there to begin with, and then once he's in full gallop, good luck trying to track him down.
And those plays so demoralizing for the defense.
Absolutely, because you've done so much work trying to keep people in front of you. When they're past you and behind you, that's a tough one to swallow.
A minute 59 to go in the first half. Back to Denver right after this. A reminder that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll check in with Larry Ridley in Orlando with highlights and analysis of this first half of play.
And I'm going to check in with a heater.
I'm going to be right there with you, partner. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. Mahomes going to hand it off to Hunt, and this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Now the Broncos are going to take a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've hit on 6 of their 8 tries. Very good. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Throwing now is Mahomes. And going deep for Hill. And a shot taken on 3rd down, unsuccessful. 4th down now.
The best receivers we know always tease their quarterbacks that, hey, no matter what you do, you cannot overthrow me. Well, guess what? That's exactly what happened on that play. Normally, they time it up pretty well, but on that one, he just overshot him.
And this one sails out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25. It will. 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. And Denver getting set to take the field. Last time they were out, they scored. Still trailing here, though, so some work to do.
But it's okay in terms of mindset. Because they scored the last time, they're not quite as worried about being down on the scoreboard because now their confidence is a little bit higher. They feel like they've got something going, and they feel like they can attack again and put more points on the board.
Are you scoreboard watching if you're the offense, or are you just focused on this drive?
We wouldn't be telling the truth if we said that they didn't scoreboard watch. Everyone does it to some extent. But you've got to set it aside right now and just focus on this series. That'll take care of the scoreboard if they punch it into the end zone.
That one good for 13 and a Denver first down. First down now, but the clock continues to move. First down. Here's the run with Anderson. Anderson loses the football. But it looked like, fortunately, the Broncos able to recover. The Broncos in the hurry-up trying to get to their positions and get set quickly. He'll drop to throw. Finding some room at midfield. And he's got room. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. They've been practicing goal line offense all week. Let's see if they're able to capitalize here. They'll run for it with Anderson. And this is not going to do it as he stopped at the 2-yard line. No gain there, and it's going to set up second and goal. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They send Thomas out to the right by himself. Back to throw here. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up third down.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. So now it's 4th and short.
So after the penalty, that means there's a decision to be made. Do you still line up in field goal formation? Or maybe you think about running your offense back out on the field.
And McManus able to put it through. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So give them 3 there. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they couldn't punch it in.
And credit this defense, too. That was the old bend but don't break approach. But it kept the offense out of the end zone.
So the Chiefs offense heads out. There's a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
A very solid gain of 27. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. It's Chris Harris with a pick. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or 2 and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may have forced them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Escobar with it over the middle. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop him with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action.
Here we go. Green, 39.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. Emmanuel Sanders, the intended receiver. That'll bring up second down.
Let's face it, you can run the route tree as many times as you want, get in sync, practice it, do all those things. But once you get to game speed, it doesn't always time up quite that well. That one goes incomplete.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco first down. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is now with his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play, but what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
A second quarter score, meanwhile, down in Arizona. And the Seahawks fans have to be happy. That lead just got bigger. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half two, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up. And we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. So the offense readies for a 2nd and 4.
Here we go. Green, 39. Green, 39.
They give it to Anderson. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
I know they've got to be careful not to go to the well too often, but it's a fine line, isn't it? Because sometimes, if you've got success, you want to just keep pounding away.
But no success there. They rallied quickly on the defensive end. They'll drop the throw. Over the middle, complete. It's McKenzie. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height, sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there if he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback who has to slide and find open space to throw.
Let's go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. So he runs it for 1 yard, then no gain. I don't know that you go back to that well here on 3rd down.
Yeah, I don't know that you do as well, but if you want to get the ball to him, if you want him to have it, maybe get him into space and throw it to him.
And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them, because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
Returnable for Thomas. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Hey, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. They run again with Hunt. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. They go play action here on first down. That's out to Hill, right side complete. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Chiefs are able to grow their lead. Great corner route there. Not only able to catch it, turn it upfield, and get into the end zone.
It usually involves a little bit of an extra move, doesn't it? You've got to get them thinking that you're moving to the middle of the field and you're breaking away to that corner. Boy, that was well executed.
Santos out now. He'll kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Time for us to spotlight C.J. Anderson. And there are the numbers. Got off to that torrid hot start. We thought he was in for maybe a career day. Not the case.
No doubt about it. It almost looks like a misprint after what we saw in the first half. But let's give a little bit of credit to the guys on our side of the ball. They went in at halftime, made a few adjustments. And you know what else? They didn't lose their confidence in their ability to play. Because a lot of times you get beat down in the first half. It gets ugly in the second half. They've come out with a new resolve and a renewed determination.
Handoff comes to Anderson. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on second down and short. What I like to see.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
Now, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. They'll look to throw here. And he's got his man. It's Escobar. A gain of 19 and picking up the first. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. Used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
Left side here to Sanders. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. They're going to look to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball. Demaryius Thomas, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
I like what they tried to do there. They didn't get a completed pass downfield, but they came off of a momentum play. Big-time gain on the previous snap. Came right back and threw one deep, hoping to catch him on their heels.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10 to the 7. A good pickup there of 22.
As far as tight ends go, this guy's not a speed burner. He's much more of an inline blocking type of a tight end. But how about this last play? Made a nice catch and picked up the first down.
That's what impresses me about him. When he's called upon, usually get... And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. C.J. Anderson with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And now the Broncos are within a 2-point conversion of tying up the game. He's having a nice little game. Maybe already has an eye on that 3rd touchdown.
And how about what our producer, Christian McLeod, likes to say when they've scored touchdowns like this? He's put a tent up in Touchdown City.
And he will get into the end zone again. And he seems to have a nose for it as he gets both the touchdown and the 2-point conversion. That's fielded in the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Tyreek Hill making his way back out towards the huddle. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well. Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense if that fell harmlessly to the ground. And he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Now Mahomes. This is intercepted. It's Chris Harris with a pick. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
Well, NFL quarterbacks have learned the hard way. You're not going to get rich throwing against this guy. He's definitely too good. And this is now his second interception of the ball game. And if I'm running the offense, I've got to tell my guys, you've got to go work on the other corner.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Throw left side complete. That's Sanders. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Another toe here for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Anderson. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Oftentimes when a guy has a game like this, he's going to take his offensive line out to dinner afterwards. But after a play like that, he may tell him, instead of getting the steaks, guys, we might have to go for the hot dogs.
They'll set up to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
And Escobar has it left side. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This to break our fourth quarter tie. And he's going to miss this one. That is no good. Well outside the left upright. And a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the fourth. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Mahomes hit. He lost the football. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
Well, so much for the 4-minute offense. They were trying to reduce the clock, get in position to win the game, and leave no time for them to come back and catch them. And guess what? They turned the ball over. Yeah, I mean, they had it all set up for themselves, and they let it get away.
So they took a shot on first down, but couldn't connect.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss it? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside.
And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. D. Ford leading the surge there. He drops him for a loss of 6.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Looking to throw. And he can't quite pick it. No interception so far. That probably should have been their first, but at least it's 4th down.
Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
And that is no good. And a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the 4th. So the folks on hand here growing a little restless with their kicking game. That's now 2 misses so far.
And in a tight game, 4th quarter, the fans aren't the only ones getting restless, Brandon. There were a few looks of disbelief on that sideline as well.
Here we go. Boom, over.
On 1st down, Mahomes. And they can't get the long connection as it falls incomplete. He was trying to get it to Tyreek Hill that time. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Well, not to get too overcritical there because he knows what he's doing, but his shoulders looked a little off kilter there when he threw that.
I don't think you're being overly critical there. You're just analyzing it, and he gets those shoulders right. That pass will go from incomplete to complete.
They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Mahomes going to throw. He is going to find Hill here. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Chiefs 1st down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down. Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. Now Mahomes throwing on 2nd down. And his throw is incomplete. He was looking for Tyreek Hill that time. And that'll make it 3rd down. The Chiefs on 3rd down. Well, they've converted 7 times and could use another right now. This is 3rd and 9. Looking to throw is Mahomes. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
That's a 1st down if he holds on, but you saw the contact, able to jar it free from him and force a 4th down.
Great play defensively there, as you said, just to knock it free, because if he had caught that past the sticks, 1st down. So it's an empty trip downfield there as they get a missed field goal on 4th down.
And I didn't see anything in the setup. It's a good snap, good hold.
Yep.
He just pushed it, and that one never wanted to come back.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
I don't know about you, partner, but I'm rubbing my eyes after that play. Did we just see that runner not get yardage? A big-time play by the defense. It does happen occasionally, even against the best running backs who are having big days.
And the Chiefs are going to get him. Justin Houston in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. This is brought in at the 21. So a change of possession here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And now here comes Kansas City. And the last time that they were on the field, a little demoralizing. Missed field goal. You always feel like you want to get it in the end zone, but then, oh, well, at least we're going to get 3. Didn't go through the goalpost, so.
It does test the mental processes of a team, though, doesn't it? Because when you miss a field goal, it's amazing how fast they want to turn on the guy kicking the ball. But you need to keep this confidence up, because how many times have we seen games where it comes down to the stretch? And guess what? You need that guy to make the big kick for your team to move on or to win a game. Make sure you keep him happy. Make sure you keep him comfortable.
I'm sure you always treated the kicker nicely, though, right?
You know, truthfully, I did.
Good.
I always did, because those guys, they won us a whole lot of games.
Now a handoff as they run left side. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Mahomes to throw on 3rd and 1. And it's complete to Kelsey. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Nice play for Kansas City, picking up the first 18 yards that time. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll toss it to Hunt. And he is hit pretty hard from the side as he's knocked down. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside where they can really shred your defense.
Here we go.
On 2nd down, here's Mahomes. Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. Von Miller in there to drop him, and his great season continues. 13 sacks for him now on the year. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it. But it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground. There's definitely contact there, but it's the 4th quarter of a kind of tight game, and sometimes the officials just say, let them play. Kind of like your mom used to, you and your brothers, just take the broom to you and send you out to the backyard and tell you to settle it yourselves.
I like that, yeah. There was contact. I don't know, like you said, enough to warrant the flag. It was close, though. Yeah, that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. And Denver getting set to take the field. Even score late in the 4th. Let's see if the defense can play within themselves, not give up the big play and contain, and keep this knotted up. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Trying to lay one up deep. It's caught inside the 25. A big play there on 3rd down for the Broncos. And even 60 yards. Well, we haven't been shortchanged on offense. Another fun play to watch there on the deep pass.
This game has the feel of, what, a turkey bowl, a Thanksgiving day. You know, when we get together this year, when the Davises and the Gardens get together, that's what our playbook's going to look like. Like they're drawing them up in the dirt, and so far it's working for both of them.
They run. Anderson. Even with that broken tackle, he'll be brought down short of the 15. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a score to break this tie. Here's Anderson. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
Here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
The fullback Janovich on the handoff. And he'll take this one down near the 15. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
And sometimes it doesn't matter how big and strong and powerful you are. The defense is going to win an occasional battle, and they did on that one. Stopped him well short of picking up a 1st down.
And McManus able to put it through. And with a little over a minute to play, they have taken the lead. Now then, it's a big kick right there to give them the lead in the 4th. But, Charles, there is still time left for a final drive.
Brandon, you know they would have liked to take the clock down just a little bit further, at least under a minute or so. But this one's not over yet, especially since they just need a field goal.
Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting. Well, partner, I think the defensive fellas got the memo, and they decided to cover him on that play.
Yeah, he's already up over 100 yards in this game. They tried a deep shot, couldn't get it.
Yeah, when you've had that much success, finally someone said, let's try and put a stop to it and put people on him.
D'Anthony Thomas, the intended receiver, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
Here we go now.
He's back to throw. And he takes this one just shy of midfield all the way to the 49. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd. He'll look to throw. Looking left side and completing it to Thomas. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line. Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. Back to throw. And he can't corral it. That would have wrapped it up if he'd been able to hold on. Instead, it brings up 3rd down.
He's got to be kicking himself right there. His team's already picked off 2 passes. That would have been the 3rd in the game. And, boy, they've really played well attacking the football.
They'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive.
Let's go.
In motion, Hill. Back to throw. And he's got it. It's caught for a touchdown. And they have taken the lead here in the final seconds.
So for those of little faith, guess what? It got done. They now have the lead with that touchdown this late in the contest. I wonder if that was a play they were holding or a play that they just knew would work from past experience.
Well, I just saw it in their eyes on the sideline before starting that last drive, and they did. You're right. They got it done. Looks like they're going to be the winners. So that drive takes them down the field in 8 plays, and it winds up with the Chiefs hitting pay dirt. Santos out now. He'll kick it away. Isaiah McKenzie now on the return. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for Kansas City, the final 2 weeks are going to tell the story for them as they move to 9-5 with a win. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Houston Texans. Meanwhile, for Denver, the season is really nosediving now as they fall to 2-12. And they will be at home next week to take on the Miami Dolphins.